Thanks for coming in, viewers. Reverend Dr. J.W. Morrison, fresh out of the ocean at Toowoomba Bay. Did an hour and a half of hydrofoiling in this horrible weather. I can't show you it, but well, I might be able to. Rainy weather. Really spooky weather on the ocean, that's for sure. Anyway, I got an hour and a half hydrofoil in, and it was a pretty good session. I'm trying to learn how to jibe, which means turn. And while I was out there, it got really tough. The wind got up to 25 knots. I was a little bit oversized with the wind wing. And I thought to myself, you know, you just got to go with it. You just got to battle through it. Battle on. Don't give in. Battle on. Don't give in. Battle on. And you're up against it. You're up against the waves and the chop and the rain and the wind, and you're learning a new skill. And I'm sitting out there and I'm going, no, I'm not going to give in. And I felt young again. I felt like I was when I was 18, 19, 20, when I used to surf and ride bikes, I don't surf anymore. But and you'd be just pushing yourself to the limit, you know. I loved all that. And you go on through life and you continue to do the work for yourself, and you battle on, and you know, don't give up. Don't give up, but it all comes back to your mind. All of it comes back to how you look after your mind. This in here. Don't corrupt your mind with chemicals and things. You can change that today. You can turn your life around today. Or you can just give in and be done, and that's it. How many people do you see walking around and you go shivers, you know? I can see what's happened to that person. It's chemical based. It's been their habits. And you might say, well, you rave on a bit. Well, I'm one of the few, and let me say few, I'm in the minority that never mixed it with drugs and alcohol and all that other chemical crap. And I'm 58, and I've just come in from a full-on hour and a half battling with the ocean and the wind and the rain. After an hour and a half of it, I've just come in, and I don't feel too bad. And I want to encourage people. You can change your life. You can improve your life for the better. For the better of yourself, for the better of the people around you, for the better of the people that look up to you. You know, I've had girlfriends and I can see them coming into the light. They're coming into the light, their life. They're thinking, you can see it on their faces. I'm going to change my life. This guy's inspiring me to change my life. And I like it. I like the way I feel. I like what the light feels like. I don't want to be in the dark anymore. You see them just stop and pause and go, hang on a sec. This guy's onto something. He's showing me the way. And you'll see them, and it just, you feel so happy for these people. And then all of a sudden, just like clockwork, some interferer will come jumping out like a ghost. It's a skeleton out of the closet, broken the door off it. They've tried to wash them down the drain, but nah. They've busted out of the closet, the door's broken off the closet, and now this person's not happy because mummy or daddy is getting better. Mummy and daddy are getting better. things are improving. Can't have that. No, we've got to keep them disabled and dysfunctional. And so, of course, the trouble starts, and then the darkness starts to creep in micro-incrementally, and that'll give anyone the shits. It gives me the shits. You see the woman grasping to try and keep things on track, but it's too hard. They've got conditioned adult children that have been conditioned to live alongside them and enmeshed to them. And when these people break away, they've found somebody that they like and they break away, there's just people that are not going to be psychologically equipped for that to happen, and there's going to be trouble. There's going to be jealousy, conspiracy, emotional vandalism, character defamation. They won't, it just gets really vicious, to put it mildly. And I've seen several women now lose tremendous relationships with terrific potential for a great future of happiness and peace to suit the immaturities, the terrible immaturities of their children, only to be left sitting there all on their own, or getting randomly banged by a man here and there off the internet, or someone that's married. They like to go for people that are married because that guarantees they don't have to commit, or an ex, a dirty old ex, or someone that they know that's cashed in on their vulnerability, which never works either. So they end up on their own, patting cats and looking after groomed disabled children. Worst case scenario. And what do you learn from it? You just learn that, you can care about people, that doesn't mean they're gonna be able to bring anything to the table that's positive. A lot of these people struggle with themselves. They've never really wanted to face themselves. They'll come in as the rescuer, only needing to be rescued when the dust has settled themselves. Triangulation's just such a savage situation for one to find themselves in, and triangulation can work for the triangulators, but they need a person with no self-awareness or self-esteem whatsoever for it to work. Otherwise it won't work, because people that are aware and have self-awareness and don't want to end up in that kind of environment, they won't tolerate it. They won't tolerate triangulation. It's too hard. Because it's not that you don't want people to have their families and integrate and, associate with their loved ones and that. That's not it at all. This is a whole different dimension. This is extra maternal. I call it extra maternal. This is where people are relying on each other at a surrogate capacity. They're relying on their children at a capacity that is beyond that of the parent-child role. They're having a relationship with the child all but sex. It's called a sexless relationship. And this harms the parent and the child and anybody that's associated intimately with these people, because someone's going to get hurt. You can't spread yourself intimately between two people. We're not designed for that. But anyway, you can turn your life around, become the black sheep, break away from the trouble. Just say, look, I don't want to be a part of this culture anymore. It affects my health, it affects my mindset. See, a lot of you people have got depression and other things like that because you have habits that breed it. Your habits are breeding these depressions and anxieties, your addictions, and you can break these addictions if you say to yourself, this culture that I've been shown, I've seen the people in it, they're always sick, you can't really trust them, they abandon you, they betray you. There's a lot of abandonment and betrayal, unresolved betrayal, trauma in these people. Nobody wants to face the issues. They all just snuff themselves out with substances and chemicals. Nobody seems to be getting anywhere. They try and use work as a way of making themselves identifiable with the community, and that's okay to a point, but what are we like at home? That's what matters, who you are at home and how much value you have for your children, yeah, and that includes boundaries, and for the one that you love. Without any of that in order and without that with power, you're going to end up very unhappy, very sad, and on your own.